Compliments of the season, everyone, and we have a strategy for every one of us that is basically an upgrade of the Kolopa strategy. So we have the Kolopa Volume 1, there's also now the Kolopa Volume 2. So we need to have it so that we can see how we can maximize our profit. It's lethal provided you are patient enough to wait for the right setup. Trading is all about waiting for the right setup, and when you can't see your own setup, is you stay off the market, and that is the best way you can make money in trading. I would put it in I would prefer to say trading because some of us are not just trading one particular instrument. For example, just trading synthetic boom and crash, synthetic indices, which is boom and crash, because some of us are also trying to trade news in forex, where you trade using fundamental analysis and combining it with technical analysis and all that. So I would normally refer to it as trading, because the knowledge that you have is kind of work for synthetic indices, can work for fundamental analysis, and can work for other things. So for those people that want to try the fundamental analysis, which is basically trading news, can just hit me up. For those ones that have hit me up, for those ones that are already in the Telegram group, you can just inbox me, and for those ones, you can just comment, and when you comment, I'll be able to respond. So we are trying to work with the Kolopa strategy volume 2, which is good and very lethal. I think very soon enough we'll be able to post the volume 3. It is just subject to testing, right? It is subject to testing. So the word of caution that we have for this particular one, because the Kolopa strategy series, we have the volume 1, the volume 2, and soon enough we'll get to have the volume 3. So with the volume 1 and the volume 2, it is strictly for boom and crash 500. On the 1000, I have other series of strategies. So these particular indicators are working well on the 500 pair. If you use it on the 1000 pairs, you find that you the conditions can be met quite right, but the effectiveness tends to be small, because the series at which spikes happen on the 1000 pairs is kind of, the length is quite a huge one. So we stick to the 500 pairs, where you have a series of spikes and where you make money more. So this is for the 500 pairs, right? So we go to our chart. We'll look at the setup and how we do the setup. For example, we'll do the setup because some other people didn't see the volume 1 and the video that I had explained. So we'll do the setup from here, so that we are able to see how it is set up. So we have we tend to get people that have got white backgrounds, and there are those that have got the black background and the white background. So I'll be able to explain. So the first indicator is on your main chart. You should have the Ichimoku Kinkoyo, and then when you pick the Ichimoku like that, what you're supposed to have on the Tenkan Sen, which is the first perimeter, is that it should be 5, right? The first perimeter, it should be 5. The second perimeter, which is the Kinju Sen, should be 9, and then the last perimeter here should be 52, then fill. And then on the styles, you have the Tenkan Sen should be in a color that you can see. For example, we have that particular color, and then the Kijusen should be in a color that you can see and identify. So this is a Kijusen. So in my case, I've picked that particular color, which is blue. Then and of course the Ichimoku Kinko has got some other components in it, but my idea is to switch them off because I only need the first two. So the last two, for the people that have got the black background, you should the colors should be in black, right? The colors should be black. The colors should be black, and then for the people that have got the white background, the color should be white, so that those things are removed from the chart. Then you press done, right? You press done. Okay, you press done. Okay, so and then for particular individuals, right? Well, I've already spoken about those ones that are having the white background. So we come back, we come to set up, right? Yeah, it is should look like that. So we come back and then we want to set up the relative vigor index. The relative vigor index is very easy to use. So we have by default we have a perimeter that is period 10, but we want to have period 8. Then we have the RVI style should be green, then the signal line should be white. I want it in white. If at all you want it in another color, you can have it in another color, but for me I want it in white. Then you come to the stochastic oscillator. The stochastic oscillator is it has got those particular parameters. We have the percentage cap period. The period should be 18. Percentage D period should be 18. The slowing should be 1. Price field close. Then the method is exponential. Then you have the styles. You have the main and you have the signal. So we are switching off the main, right? For us that have got a black background, it is put in black, and those that have got it in white, the background in white, should be put in white. Then we have the signal in red, right? Red or any color that you can identify. In this particular case, we can even put it in blue, right? Then we press done, then you have something like that. So the conditions are quite easy. The conditions are quite easy. You have the entry, you have the exit as well, right? So let us look at the entries and the exits of this particular strategy, which is quite easy to use. My network is kind of tripping. So it is quite easy to use, let us look for an entry, and in this particular entry will particularly show you okay, this wasn't a perfect entry, so we'll discard it. Let us look for another one. So in certain instances you just get to have one spike. Like in this particular case, you just get to have an instance where you just have one spike and off you go. So what is important is you successfully catch the spike and you come out of the market. At certain instances you go as far as 6 spikes. This one is better than the right. So in this case we have situations like that. Okay, we have situations like this one where this is the Kolopa strategy. So this is Bob 500. So you have your levels 20 and 80. So what you're looking for is a situation whereby the blue stochastic oscillator on window 1 should go overboard, right? And the RVI, the relative vigor index, should also go overboard. But there's a time that these ones, the RVI will begin to move in a straight line because it has hit the overboard zone. It begins to move in a straight line like this. So at this particular straight line, what should happen is the stochastic oscillator should cut the straight line. When the stochastic oscillator in blue cuts the straight line, it means very soon you have a spike that will happen. So when that particular spike happen, you see, so it cut here, it had to cut here. So after it had cut here, a spike happened on the main chart. So what's the essence of the Ichimokus on the main chart? The essence of the Ichimoku on the main chart is that you have to wait for the yellow one. When the yellow one drops, you continue to hold. When the blue one just cuts the market completely, it's an exit for you. It is an exit for you, right? So let us look at another instance, right? So this is another one. This is another one. This is another one. So you have your, let me use an arrow. So you have the Ichimoku there. Rather, the stochastic oscillator cuts the straight line of the RVI. Then when you cut it, you wait until it spikes. So the market spikes, again it spikes, then it cuts here. The blue Ichimoku cuts the current market, and cutting through the other Ichimoku, which is in yellow, it cuts like that. Then this is an exit. At this particular time, you would have caught two spikes, right? Two spikes. So let us look for another opportunity. So we should make sure, right? We should make sure to say that every time that we enter the market, right? So you have just simple instruction. The RVI should be in the overbought zone, right? And then the blue stochastic oscillator should cut this at the point when the RVI begins to move in a straight line. Then you have the Ichimoku. Then you enter. Now, when you enter at this particular point, you would have gotten this spike, that spike, and that spike. So you would have about 3 spikes. So you wait until the blue Ichimoku cuts the yellow Ichimoku. Why do you have to wait for the blue Ichimoku to cut the yellow Ichimoku? It means the direction of the market has changed. The trend has changed. It has completely changed. It means it has finished the series of spikes, right? Let us check another one. We check for another one. This wasn't a successful one, right? This wasn't a successful one. Look at that one. It didn't cut the stochastic oscillator didn't cut when the RVI was straight. So let's go. We said it has to be straight, so this isn't a good entry. Although you can see in the main chart there, it doesn't meet our condition. It doesn't. If this equal doesn't meet our condition, but this does, right? This one does. This one does. This one does. Let's we want an arrow here. Then the exit is there. Okay. So you enter from there. You hold. Things and people can't really hold for that long, but those that can manage to hold, I'll show us a trick. I'll show us a trick for those people that want to hold for a long time. I'll show us a trick on how you can uh, minimize your lot size and you basically now hold for a long time. Uh, so you enter from the main chart. You see the indicator window 1. You have the stochastic oscillator in blue. Cut the RVI when it is straight, and you hold until it reaches this particular point. When the blue Ichimoku cuts the yellow one like this and makes more like a Nike sign, then you know that you've gotten about a series of spikes, right? Look at this one. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Right? So it is quite simple. Quite simple. All we have to do is wait for the perfect entry. 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 So here you only had that so we just about an average of one spike. That one is quite minimal, right? Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. This one, and then the exit was there. So it's easy. It's easy. Cool, calm, and collected. So let us look at boom. So this was crashed. Let us try to look at boom, 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 an opportunity to trade. Here is another one. This one is on boom. So your market should be oversold below 20. Then you have the stochastic oscillator crossing when the RVI is straight here. And then you exit there, right? No, not really there. You exit here when the blue cuts the yellow Ichimoku, right? Yellow Ichimoku. Then let us move on. Let us move on. Let us move on to check for another opportunity. We need it can work well with you if you are an opportunist. Just waiting for the perfect moment. Right? You see, one spike there, one spike there. We'll take the whole day just trying to look for the perfect entry. Perfect entry. This was exit. Okay, that was exit. So let us look at another opportunity. Begging for attention. Another one, another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. Here, entry, exit. Okay, that was an exit. We'll look for another one, another one. So it is quite easy, quite easy, quite easy. Entry, exit. Right? Let's just move. This is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Look at this. That exit. Like I told you, sometimes you be having a series of 3, 4, 5, 6 spikes. I think 6 is the highest I've seen. Exit there, 2 spikes, wonderful spikes. So this is a demo account. I'll not really look at the current conditions of the market, if they are met or not. But what I want at this particular time I know that it has there. You can see on top there. You can see on top there that here that the market has crossed. So I'm not really looking at the conditions of the market, whether they are met or not. But at this particular time, I just want to show you um, how someone can minimize their lot size. There is a trick to this. So we'll basically go with the sell, right? We'll go with a sell. So the whole idea is you have the lowest lot size. What you have is uh, 20. So you need anything that is bigger than 20, be it 21, 40, and all that. So if I want to minimize my lot size until it goes to 1 cent, 1 cent, what I need to do is I need to put it at 21. Then I place my cell. I place my cell, and the moment it is placed, what I need to do is to come and I drag my screen like that, or what I do is I long press, then you go to close. So before the trick is before you close, what you need to do is delete the one on the lot size. You delete the one that is there and put 0. Then you 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 press on close with profit. When you place it like that, you discover to say your lot size has gone has dropped, has changed rather. Here, look at that. So it's a trick. So for those people that um would want to to enter every time that the Ichimoku cuts the straight line of the RVI, you want to enter for a long time, or you just want to wait it for a long time, you can employ this trick and it will work for you. So quite ready to hear from you people on how you take this one. um, how you take this one. Yeah, there was a spike, a mini one. So I want to hear from you people on how you regard this strategy. If it is good, you try it out on a demo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a week. You try it out 5 days a week and you see how it's faring. What is just important is stick to these simple conditions. If you don't meet these conditions that I've given you, the best is you don't trade it on. You don't trade even on demo. So you are just creating an attitude of discipline. uh, Strategies can fail, but discipline makes it, at least it goes to 98%. So if you're not disciplined to stick to certain rules of risk management and money management, you find that trading will become difficult for you. So this is Hansha signing out. I'm more than ready to hear from you. Just give me the feedback if this strategy will do wonders for you. I'm out, guys.